Mm. Yeah, in a way, I think it could be also a cultural like problem because like people come from all over the world and then they see people that's how people act, so therefore they think that's how they act, and but in reality that's not.
Yeah.
So if you have to advise or tell someone, what would you tell them in the sense of like how can you create more interactions and change that cultural so that if I'm sitting on the bus, like the normal thing is to talk to the bus driver or like the normal thing is to talk to the person next to me because that's just the normal thing. And if you're in your phone, that's like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Well, I think, and that's one of those things. You have to realize that what are the social norms, how have they changed? But let's not forget, when you get on the bus, sometimes it's just the politeness. Hey, thanks for picking me up. Even though like we have to stop here. I'm like, yeah, but thank you. You sit down like, oh, do you mind if I sit here? They're probably not going to say no. And if they do say no, then you probably should sit someplace else. But you're like, hey, thank you. But here's the thing, you're taking the same bus day after day or week after week, or if you have a Monday class, that's your Monday bus. Those same people are probably going to be on again and again. And maybe it's not the first day we're best friends, but how you been? Yeah, great to see it. No, it's like it's like when you go to the gym. Think about it, you go to the gym, first time you go there, you say hi to nobody. You like check in, they're like, hello. And you do your workout and you see people around there. Second time you go, hey, it's like goes from hello to hey to the person you check in. Then you saw the guy that was on the treadmill by you, saw him again, then maybe give it a little and then like the third or fourth visit, you say, hey, hi. And then like the sixth or seventh visit, you're like, hey, I'm Mark. What's your name? We've been working out together for 3 weeks now. And that's just things. Sometimes you just need more time in order to break that ice. Whereas before, people kind of went straight for breaking the ice. And that's why sometimes you have to make yourself say the thank you, say the please, just say that, hey, how are you? Hey, I'm Mark. What's up? And that's one of the things. Like if you're looking for that silver lining in the pandemic and stuff is when you look at traveling the world, you're looking for people. One of the things people don't talk, why they don't talk is, I don't know what we can talk about. I grew up in the middle of Illinois. What the heck can I talk about? And I'm like, to somebody that's from someplace else. Well, you know what? What were you doing in 2020 when the pandemic hit? What did you watch on Netflix when you were stuck at home that summer? What was the craziest thing that you couldn't find at the grocery store? Doesn't matter where you are in the world. That stuff happened everywhere. And now we all have a common kind of thing we can talk about. And that's just it. We just have to have that one topic to start talking. That's why sports, Uno, it's something common we have. And from there, we can branch out, and get to meet more people and get to know more people. But we got to start somewhere. And sometimes that seed is just that hello, how are you kind of thing that we got to start doing. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that's kind of like how I was seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, today I was also at the gym, funnily enough. And there's people like waiting, and they're all doing the same thing, but they're just using a different machine. Then there's like this whole line, and I was talking to my friend that I met the exact same way.
See?
And I was telling him, like this has to be a culture thing because they're doing the same thing, and I'm sure they all want to like just work out together because it's more fun, and like, they want to meet the people, like, and they just like they both want the same thing, but because just awkward to talk to the next person.
I can't spot for you. I don't know who you are. I never saw you before, but sometimes I just, hey, can you give me a spot, dude?
Right, and like they all want the same thing. Like, why wouldn't you want to talk to someone?